Hello, Jerry. We're gonna watch what we're doing today. Need to get rid of the old lead water mains. So I'm going to start digging our trench, ready for it to get changed over. We need to dig a trench, put the pipe in, send the form back to the water company, and then they'll come and connect your new pipe up for free. They've all agreed to that and been accepted on the application. So we need to look at where we're going to dig our trench. Our water stopcock out is outside there, through that little gap on the pavement outside. So we've got to see if we can get under a hedge. Got a concrete path along here we need to get under, and also it depends on how close them roots are. So they basically come from under there, pretty much go straight along and sort of down that path. And you can see here, move it down the way, and that is where the water and electrics and other stuff enter the house, down under there. So looks like this has been lifted up before and put back down with the cracks either side. So dig over there, see what the roots are like for the hedge, and see if that tree's going to be a problem. Let's get started. Oh, so far so good. We've gone about 20 centimetres or so. And the roots actually not too bad. Not really come across any big fat ones yet. Not ones that I can't cut through anyway, so we might get away with it. Something that's sometimes worth doing, so as you saw in the time lapse, just go along the end with your spade. You're basically just digging, or just pushing it like an inch down, just to get through the roots of the grass. And then you slide your spade underneath, and you take up the top layer of grass. And then you've got enough, keep enough mud on it, dirt on it, just put it to the side. And that should carry on growing. It shouldn't die because it's in an inch or so of mud. Right, the trench needs to be 750mm deep. So that's probably just about perfect. That is 790. So we need to go that deep. Well, 750 minimum. So if we go to 80, gives us a little bit of sand we can put down there. We've still got a long way to go. Probably not even halfway. Keep digging. Oh, nice and bright out here now. I had a day of rain or so where I didn't do anything, but I've been a few days digging on this now, but digging in the evenings because it's been quite bloody hot. But anyway, we can see we've got down to our pipe. Got down to the pipe level now. That's still only about 700mm, so I just need to dig alongside of it. And then we've started to go under the hedge there, but we need to punch through there at some point, but you can just see the pipe down on that bit as well. Okay, so this is now the area we've got to cut. We'll go off at an angle from there over to our trench so we can just because we've got MDPE pipe, we could just, you know, bend it around there. So we're going to cut a diagonal. It's a little bit less digging. Too old for manual labour. Just going to see if that piece that has previously been lifted up will lift up, because then maybe I will cut across or cut a corner into there and bend it round. And don't be a fool like me, when you do this, use eye protection and gloves. Maybe that's what I should do. I think this job just got worse. Look at the thickness of that concrete there. That is already, I'd say, about 5 or 6 inches thick. So all this, I fear, is going to need to be broken up. Sure you don't want to watch me chisel away at this for the next 2-3 hours? So, 1, 2, 3, and it's done. Okay, right, down here, the core bit we're using is 120mm wide, so I want to stay away from our line that we've drawn here, which is the inside of the house. So we pretty much probably want to go from that side of the brick to that side of the brick, so we can just chisel this brick out. Then our core bit, our hole will be as low as possible down to the foundations, and hopefully the 750mm from our ground level. There we go, that's that brick taken out now, and just over 120mm. So that should be the perfect size for our core drill to go through there. Alright, let's go and grab it and start drilling a hole. Alright, so we've got our core bit set up. We've actually got the size on it, it's 117mm, not 120 as I said. Going that way. So we've got enough room now to get our drill in down here. A little bit cramped, you want to be very careful with these. Keep a tight hold of it, it can break your wrist off, you just need to be very careful. And mainly use a drill that has a clutch system on it, so if the bit does snag in there, you know, the clutch will stop it from turning and save your wrists from being snapped. Alright, I'm going to put it on hammer action just to get the drill bit through. Now you must turn the hammer action off when you're starting to drill the main bit. Right, then once you've got your circle part bored, you now need to take your drill bit out. Now, keep on drilling. And that's what I mean by a clutch. If you're not in there correctly, it will slip and not break your wrists. And here we go, here's the hole. We are finally through it. We are finally through the house to the other side. I just hope it's straight enough now to get a saw pipe in there. Hurrah! That was a good long 3-4 hours. Probably longer than that with all the stopping and starting. Alright, we managed to get our pipe through now. I've had to go and buy a post hole digger, a roughneck one from Screwfix. 60 quid, and we've got to put some fences up later and obviously put some fence posts in, so this is going to get used. It's not just a job just for taking a bit of dirt out of there, but that hole is literally, I mean, the size of my foot in there. And when I'm down that hole, I feel the whole thing up. There's not enough gap underneath for me to bend down either, so there's no way I was going to shovel that out. But you know, with the post hole digger, you know, we filled that bucket up, got that mud out in 15 minutes, and basically it's a perfect job for doing that. So we've managed to get our pipe through now, so now we can just stick our elbows on that and the pipe that comes up, and then we can start feeding our new water pipe through there. We're nearly done. Right, from outside I've pushed the grey pipe through the wall a little bit more. And I've stuck a chock behind it so it can't get pushed back out. And I've basically just put this grey piece of pipe onto the elbow and then sort of got it in position, and I've managed to stand in the hole and just like wiggle it in with my feet and kick it in, and that is like well on now. Just put a bit of washing up liquid on the rubber seal in there to make it obviously go onto that pipe a little bit better. But no, we've done it. There was no way I could get in there and do it, but we managed to use our feet and a bit of ingenuity, and that is the hardest part done. Alright, we've lined our trench with a good layer of sand way down to there until we get to the end there where it goes through the wall. Let's get a nice bit of sand for our pipe to lay on so there's no sharp stones or rocks. The pipe is pretty stiff when you're trying to unroll it. Right, just pull out, crowbar out to put in there. Just going to remove our stop end. Get out. Right, we need to thread our pipe through there. Let's just get a cut through the end. Sharp blade would do. Otherwise use a blunt one and mind your fingers. Make sure when you do this, you put the bung on around the right way. Not like I just didn't do. Now I'm going to have to check the inside again. Let's go and see what that's hitting. That's it, and now that's it, and then that's bunged up now. So now we just try and run our pipe flat all the way down to the end. So we also need to insulate the pipe where it goes into there. So what we do now is just tape over the gap so it's not going to open up wide. Just go straight down to the end. Like that. And then we just go straight over the end. I hope. Now we've got the top of our pipe out here. Can keep hold of this. We can just slide it all the way in now. Tape tripped. Just make sure this is pushed as far as you can, and that's it. It's now hitting there. That won't go any further. So that's obviously hitting the insulation that's already down there now. Insulated inside. Take our other rubber bung, cut another cross in the top like we did outside. We cut and slide that one on. Alright, now probably the easiest part of the job. Got our pipe now. Pipe's ready to go. Got our stopcock. 25mm to 15mm. Compression fittings either end. 25mm compression to a 15mm compression. A drain off valve, which is now required to put on straight after your stopcock. That's a little thing. Just drain down your system if you need to. Open that up and it all runs out that way. I want to avoid the nicks and kinks because you could have trouble then with it sealing properly. So I'll just get this in here. Make sure we're nice and flat away from that mark which was there. Get in there nice and straight. Done. Discard that. And don't forget your pipe insert as before. That's where you get to see that you check your cut is straight as well. So just tap that on. So yeah, use the back of a hammer, something a bit softer. It's on there. So now we got our compression olives already in there. No need to take it out. You can just slide it over, ready for it to be tightened up. Just make sure you know you've pushed that down as far as it will go. And also when you're doing it up, obviously we're going to be bending this pipe sort of back in there and out, so I want to make sure we've got it facing this way. And then that goes in there, which you then tighten up, which I have got a pair of grips that will fit. Make sure it's seated nicely all the way in. Also what we need is our T-piece. Got a compression fitting on that as well. Just slide that on over there, because then what you need the T-piece for is because then your drain off valve will fit in that side. So all together, when you've got it on the wall, so obviously when we've got a tap round that way, put my foot down there. Stupid boy pike. So obviously we're going to have our tap facing that way. So we'll have our drain off valve. So that will be basically coming down like that. Easy to access. Just make sure you do this one up nice and tight. And that is about it. We'll go over and I'll find me pipe grips and get this tightened up properly. But that's what you need. There you have your stopcock, or your stop tap, whatever you want to call it. And our little extension piece there to put our T-junction on, put our drain off valve on, and then we put our normal 15mm pipe in the end of there. It will then run off to the rest of the house. Right, and that's it. We've got some more sand that we'll pile up under there. Try and push that down flat. And there we go. All your hard work has paid off. What we'll do, we'll cut the end of that off. That's it. So it's a lot of hard work, but that's probably going to save you a ton of money. I mean, to get someone out to dig that trench, do what I've had to do inside the house, and you know, no one could have fitted in there and dug that out. I've had to use a post hole digger just to get that, and it's still awkward. There's just no room under there. But yeah, someone, I don't know if there's any tradespeople out there, you know, because there's obviously people that aren't going to want to do this much work for themselves. You know, how much would you charge to dig a trench this big and the trouble you got inside your house? Maybe leave something in the comments. But anyway, let's get that. We'll get that chopped off. I don't want to leave all that pipe laying around. Whatever you do, do not cut that too short. You need enough, so I'm just need enough to take it out there and through the hedge. But I'm going to leave twice the length that I need. So I'm just going to cut that around there. Absolutely plenty of pipe to go through the hedge. Pack of pipe inserts, you must fit a pipe insert in there. Otherwise, if they're using compression fittings, it's not going to work. So that just slides in like so. There we go, just a little. There we go, a little something just to tap that in nicely there. So here we've got our, I've ripped the name off, our JG Speed Fit. It's a simple, it's got a stop end on it. Simple. Push it all the way on, make sure you've got that all the way on there. Just push it all the way on and that's it. It's nice and firmly on there. We had a call from United Utilities. We sent them the pictures off on Sunday and yesterday was Wednesday, so 3 days. Got a phone call back. They've checked all the photos out of all the work I've done and sent them, and happy with everything. So now we can backfill our trench. I'm not going to backfill it all the way because I want to try and get the lead pipe out. But what I've just been doing, I've got a couple more bags of building sand, and we're just lining, putting it on top of our new MDPE water pipe just to protect it from any stones or anything that goes on. It's only a thin layer of sort of a centimetre, just like shoveling bits on it at a time. But I filled in the main part on the pipe here. Filled in that bit because we was having our windows replaced, and the door on that window's getting done tomorrow, and you know, they've done the upstairs windows, so I didn't want them having a big hole to worry about down here. I boarded over this piece while they were doing it, just with a bit of 18mm structural ply. So yeah, so we filled that bit in a couple of days ago on the off chance, or keeping our fingers crossed that United Utilities said the pictures are okay. But I had done everything and you know, followed the specs and done everything as asked, so there shouldn't have been a problem with it. But yeah, so it's just like so yeah, we've just gone over our blue pipe. I'm only going to fill it probably halfway, so I want to try and get the old lead pipe out of there that's still there. You see, I've just been throwing sort of a layer of sand on top.